So I have this playlist on my YouTube channel called Recommendations, and this engineer his name is Adam. He's an engineer. He works in a way different department than I do, but he told me about this movie. So he brought me in a movie that I talked about was called Lucky Number 11, which I was very impressed with that movie. The title was threw me off, but I was very impressed with this movie. So he said, "Man, I'm gonna bring you another one in called B from Vendetta." And I said, "Man, I think I remember that movie." I said, "But man, I never even gave that movie a try." I said, "Cause one, it just never grabbed me." And he goes, "Oh man, if you like Lucky Number 11, he goes, you like that too." And I said, "I don't know, man." I said, "I remember looking at that thing and I said, it just did not do anything for me." And so he brought it in. I still got it into my Xbox 360. So he brought it in. It's been almost a month. Lucky Number 11. It took me a couple days to watch it, and I fell in love with that movie. And what was crazy about that movie was when I watched it, I had to go to work the next day, and so I had to shut it off. So I went to work the next day. I said, "Well, man, that movie is so good." I said, "Man," I said, it was like 9:30 and I was watching. I said, "I had to shut it off." I said, "I'm going to finish it today." And I did. And I ended up ordering that movie on a Blu-ray. So he told me about this movie, and I kept telling him, I said, "I remember this movie, man." I said, "I never even looked at the trailer." I said, "I did not like the way it looked. I did not like the guy with the hat. I didn't care for the face thing." And he kept explaining to me. So he brought in, man. I said, "All right." I said, "All right, man, I'll check it out." So I'm thinking Adam's just gonna, that's the engineer's name. I'm thinking Adam's gonna forget, man. Sure enough, he brought that game to me, and I grabbed it. I said, "All right, man." And I actually said, "Man," I said, "Look," I said, "You're gonna have to give me a few, So he said, "I ain't worried about it, man." He said, "I know where you work, you know how you," and he was jokingly. And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Just whenever you can watch it, man. I think you'll like it." I said, "Okay." So I took it home. I just looked at it, and I didn't even pop it in. So I waited another couple days, and then I put it in my Xbox 360, right? So I started watching it, and I was like, "Man, I don't know if I like this movie or not." And so I got to this part where he beat those guys up in the alley because they was getting ready to attack Natalie Portman in here because she had to go. She's getting ready to get attacked because they had a curfew because the city was going through some type of, I don't know. The guy that was like the president or something, he was crooked, and there was like 6 or 7 of them that did some stuff that is the reason why this guy was the way he was. So I stopped it, and I was like, it don't look too bad. And then I stopped it at the part where he took her up there, and he blew something up, and there was these fireworks. And then I stopped it right there. Well, 2 more weeks go by, and I decided to watch some more of it. So then I watched the part where he kills some guy and puts a rose on him, and that's what this guy does. It's his signature. After he kills people, he puts this rose, and this rose that he uses is a rose that's extinct, but he grows them somehow. Okay, so again, I stopped it. I was like, "I don't know, man. This movie's not hitting on." So I told Adam, I said, "Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I haven't really watched that movie." He said, I started watching it, and then I gotta go sleep. And he made comments like, "Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Once I start watching the movie, and once I start watching it, I just watch it." I said, "Yeah, well, I said something like, well, I didn't keep watching it." That's what I told him. So since we got Monday off, so last night I popped this movie in, and I said, "You're gonna watch this movie and finish it." And wow, I have to admit, this was an impressive movie. This movie could be perfect if they didn't shoehorn something in. I was all in this movie, man, until she was in this jail that she thought she was in, but she really wasn't in jail. It was that she tried to portray. She got uh, Hugo Weaving is the guy that plays this guy, the Vendetta guy, and then Natalie Portman is this young chick, and he falls in love with her. You can see there's a little. There was no sex or nothing in this movie. That's what I like. There was no skin. There was no nothing. But he was trying to right some wrongs, and if you, and the thing is, he had this mask on. And I could not get into that mask. But once I got into this movie, I was all in. And I liked the fact that he never took his mask off. And I love his character development. And I love how this movie was just so well put together. What I did not like was when we got towards the end of the story, they showed some things that I just truly do not support. Truly do not support in any fashion, in any way. Now, I wouldn't do anything to people like they portrayed in this movie at all, period. You do you and I do me. But when it went to that, it took off 2 points for this movie. Because I was like, they could have put something else in there, like the reason why they was trying to, you gotta watch this movie. But anyway, this movie was very, very impressive. Very, very good acting. And I mean top-notch act. I mean, this movie just it was it was impressive. Who is the man who is hidden, who hides his scorched face behind a mask? Hero or madman? A liberator or an oppressor? Who is V? And who will join him in his daring plot to destroy the totalitarian regime that dominates his nation? And I'm telling you, I just read the plot synopsis from it, and you guys, this is from the Wachowskis, you know, the people that made Matrix. Now, I was so impressed with Lucky Number 11 that I figured that I would like this movie, right? And so I took it home and I automatically got the 4K right here. And what was so scary about this 4K is I opened it up. Yeah, I opened it up, and V from Vendetta, it's got the Blu-ray and it's got the 4K, right? I was like, oh crap, man. I'm not gonna like this movie. And I end up buying the 4K because Adam, he lent me that Lucky Number 11, and I fell in love with that movie. That I ordered Lucky Number 11 that very same night from Amazon. So I was assuming that this V from Vendetta was good, but this movie was just. If you could take that one section out that I don't care for, I didn't care for it at all. Not even a little bit. I didn't buy into it. I did not care for it. Did it hurt the movie? It hurt the movie a little bit, but not that much. I have to let that one go, because they could have put something else in there to coordinate with the story instead of putting that crap in there, because I did not like that crap at all. It made my stomach turn. I was like, oh God, you had to go there. And they put it in there in a way I didn't even see it coming. Other than that, this is a phenomenal movie. Natalie Portman did a good job, and you could tell she was very young in this movie. Very young. And she's 42 right now, so I think this movie, she had to be in her late 30s. But this was an impressive movie, you guys. Very impressive. Anyway, V from Vendetta. Like I said, you could have took that one section out, and it was at the very end. Because there was a part where she tried to get away from him, and then she ended up getting caught and she thought she got caught by the police, that the people that wanted her to catch her, and she got caught by him. And he made it look like she was in prison and made her go through all this stuff and was putting her head through water and telling her that she was going to go outside and get assassinated and shot in the back and all that. And he was trying to test to see if she, and so he kept asking, he says, all we want to do is we want you to tell us where this V from Vendetta guy is. Just tell us where he's located at and we'll let you live. And she wouldn't. So they put her head through water and kept her head on the water and put her through all kinds of stuff and fed her all this nasty food and she wouldn't eat it and she was crying. They threw her in the cell. The whole time it was him because he was putting her through a test. And that scene where she came out and she found out it was him, the way she started crying and the way she went out on that rooftop and she started yelling and screaming. Oh, superb acting. I mean, she nailed it because she was hurt, but she had lost her parents, and the way he did her, he was testing to see if she would, cave under pressure, and then he made her, man. I mean, he made her because she ended up kind of like being like him, and oh my, this is superb. You take that one section out that I'm not even going to touch, this movie would be damn near perfect, but man, her acting, man, she started crying and she was so pissed because she thought that she was held by these people that's been chasing her through the whole movie, and it was him, making it look like it was those people that was holding her captives to try to see if they can get information out of her to find out the location where they could go get him. And it was him doing it to her the whole time. When she found out it was him, her performance was, God, you guys, it was so good. Take that one section out. There's a part in there they put in there. I just didn't understand why they put that in there. They could have put something else in there besides that. There was a part where I'm not even getting into it. It's just very disappointing. But other than that, you guys, V from Vendetta. Just, wow. Chef's kiss on this one. Chef's kiss. Wow. Just very impressive. So, yeah, at the end of the day, whew, I dodged the bullet because for a while there, I was like, I bought this 4K for nothing, but I didn't. It's a good purchase. God bless you. Take care. And we'll catch you next video. Thanks for watching.